What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my process of drawing a female human figure using a reference. So without any further ado, let's get started. First of all guys, most of the time I start by analyzing my pose, especially if it is a hard pose. But I'm doing it now for the sake of the video and to make it easier for you guys. As you see, I'm taking my time analyzing the head, like the perspective of the head. So I determine the angles and proportions, and then thinking about a box, not actually drawing it, just visualizing. It can help to easily understand how you can approach head drawing. I already have done multiple videos on that topic. You can check that on my channel. So I now know that the head is now like a box below the horizon line. So I already see the upper plane. Now I draw the action line, which is the line attaching the neck to the rib cage to the pelvis, like a center line of all of them, while also detecting the angles of the shoulders and the hips, drawing just lines for the two legs. Also notice that her left leg is the one she is stepping on, like her weight is leaning on that left leg. That causes her left side of the hip to go up and the right one to go down since it is loose, which makes a beautiful dynamic pose by having different directions for the shoulders and the pelvis. I draw a curve from the shoulder to the crotch, but keeping in mind that on her left side the body is stretched, since again her right leg is loose and the left side is pinched, since the left leg is leaned on, causing the rib cage to get closer to the pelvis. And then I attach the two dots of the pelvis line to the previous curves I already drawn. Again, on this stage, I'm not that much concerned with proportions, since I'm gonna fix it later. I'm just trying to capture the big shapes. And as you see, I analyze and then do it myself again. Most of the time, I don't draw over the reference. I just go for it since I have done it like a million times. As I drew the legs, determining the kneecap and the foot with just dots. I will do the same with the arms, putting a dot on the elbow and the wrist, just as a landmark to make it easy for me while drawing the body parts. While progressing, I try to fix some parts that I might feel not proportioned, like the kneecap's placement and the length of the leg itself, the head size, which I might also change both later. For the next part, I will show you the placement of the rib cage and the pelvis. For the next part, I'll show you the placement of the rib cage and the pelvis, keeping in mind a huge mistake that most of us do. The pelvis line you already drawn. Is it the top of the pelvis or is it the line that has the hip bones, which you're gonna start drawing the legs from? So why is it important? Because it might make your torso too long or too short, since you might lower the line and then choose it to be the top of the pelvis. You will end up with a pretty long torso. In my case, I choose it at the hip bones indication. So let's continue. I draw the rib cage and the pelvis as an egg shape and a hemisphere, showing the lower plane of the rib cage and the upper plane of the pelvis, since these are the normal position of them. The belly button is roughly below the rib cage, and the stomach or the abdomen attached to the bottom plane of the rib cage, straight to the pelvis right before the crotch. Now, since I have like a combination between a gesture and advanced stick figure and some anatomy, I will add some forms, which are the cylinders representing the arms and the legs. But I'll keep in mind the position of the cylinders. Like, are they heading towards or away from us? Is it towards us? If it is toward us, then the lower plane is going to be shown. If it is away, then the upper plane is going to be shown. You gotta see that clearly on the arms. If you are facing a problem with that, I use the skirt and the socks as a guide, how they are wrapping around the leg, so that might be helpful. For these standing poses, it might not show in that much, but still. Since we almost finished the construction, I zoom out and take a look, and then fix some proportion that might appear to me as wrong or exaggerated, but I might be wrong. Also, I tend to make the torso a bit long with a small rib cage and long legs, so it does not have to fit perfectly. And to double check, I use what I already drawn and put it on the reference itself. If I need to adjust something, again, I don't usually do that, but as a beginner, you might need to, since it is going to help to learn quickly. Okay, the last part is I lower the opacity and then draw over what I did. And this stage, you have to have some knowledge on anatomy. Not everything, but at least the basics. How things attach, where to start and where to end, overlaps, and so on. I know people think that this is the most important part, but it is not. You can draw a beautiful stylized body with the least knowledge. And I say stylized since there is going to be exaggerations, smooth curves, and lines, and other choices you gotta make. But if you wanna do it like the realistic way, then keep in mind that you're gonna spend more time and effort to do so. So, good luck with that. On this stage, I'm gonna take care of proportions properly, zooming in and out, since zooming in too much will end up with disproportionate body parts, which actually happened while drawing. You're going to see that. So I guess there is nothing more I can explain here. So I will leave you with the drawing itself and kindly join our Discord and share your practices, your drawings, so we all can enjoy together. And I always answer if someone needed help. So thanks for watching and see you guys on the next video.